Welcome back to the Canada Specialist Program series. I am joined now by Andy from Cruise Canada. Andy is the International Sales and Marketing Coordinator based in the UK, so he is your local rep. Andy, welcome to the series. I am just going to hand over, let you do your thing. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Charlie. Yeah, thanks everybody, and thanks for joining us today for this presentation and my chance to talk to you about Cruise Canada specifically, and also just about motorhoming, RVing as well. Just to give you some background on it and how it is an amazing way to experience Canada. So yeah, welcome. I'm just going to start by showing you a short video then. Just kind of a very quick snapshot of what it's like to rent our vehicles in Canada.
Canada is the land of stunning landscapes and natural beauty, and for photographers, it's a dream destination. But capturing the beauty of Canada requires more than just a camera. You need the right tools and the right vehicle to get you there. That's where Cruise Canada comes in. For 35 years, they've been providing top-of-the-line RV rentals and sales to travelers across Canada. And as a photographer, I can tell you that there's no better way to see Canada than from the comfort of a Cruise Canada RV. With spacious living areas and comfortable beds and all the amenities you need, you'll have everything to make your trip one to remember. So if you're planning a trip to Canada and want to see all of the beauty this country has to offer, make sure to check out Cruise Canada RV Rentals and Sales and join me in celebrating their 35-year anniversary. Cruise Canada, where the journey is as beautiful as the destination.
Pretty amazing, right? Just a snapshot of somebody traveling in Western Canada in one of our Cruise Canada RVs. So just a little bit of quick history then. So we're North America's largest RV rental company. If you think about Cruise America as well, just so you know, they're essentially the same thing, Cruise America, Cruise Canada, just depending on which country we're operating in. Cruise America has been 50 years old, and as you may have seen on that video, Cruise Canada is 35 years old this year. Most of that time family owned, but about 10 years ago, as you can see, we sold it to the employees. So everybody that works for Cruise owns a part of the business, which we think is the best way moving forward, hopefully for the next 50 years or longer. So as you can see from the map here, then we're very well covered across North America, a lot of US locations you can see, but also the 5 in Canada, Vancouver, Calgary, Toronto, Montreal, Halifax. I will also kind of nominally include Anchorage as well into that, although obviously a US location, it does serve very well for people traveling up into the Yukon. So pick up in Anchorage and obviously cross the border into Canada. And likewise, whilst you're on the map, it's a good way of pointing out, do think about Seattle as a location, as an alternative to Vancouver if you're struggling with availability. There's no problems to take the vehicles across the border between the two countries. That's absolutely fine. You just can't do a one-way between the two countries. So you couldn't pick up Vancouver, drop off Seattle, for instance, but you're more than welcome to pick up in Seattle, go across into Canada and spend the whole time there and just return it back to the US. The depot is actually in Everett, which is right next to Boeing Field. And so an hour or so you're running across into Canada from there. So do think about Seattle as an alternative to Vancouver. And with the vehicles, we have about 4,500 by sort of mid next year, which is sort of on par with what we were pre-COVID levels. But we keep it very simple with the vehicle types. We only have 4, which makes it very straightforward. So that's compact, compact plus, standard, and large. The numbers are the length in feet, approximately, to give you some idea. There's no special license at all to drive any of our vehicles. Just a normal UK driving license is absolutely fine. There's no surcharge for under 25s like you often get with car hire, so that can be a big saving if you get a group of young people traveling together. And on the other side, there's no upper age limit. So if you've got grandparents or anybody that's in their 70s or 80s, as long as they've got a license and it's valid, they can all drive the vehicle. And we don't charge for additional drivers either. Okay, so just 21 with a license, sign the rental agreement, and they're good to go. All insurances are included in the rate as well when you book the vehicle, so there's no other additional insurances to add on. We do have an excess of up to $2,500. Okay, but that can be reduced to zero by taking out our ZDP. We are the only company that build our vehicles specifically for the rental company, the rental market, sorry, in mind. So all the vehicles are fully equipped with a microwave, kitchen hob, fridge, freezer, toilet, shower, bathroom, that kind of stuff. So a complete kind of home on wheels, really. So just a quick snapshot of the vehicles themselves. They're very, very similar inside. So really, you'd pick the vehicle based on how many people are traveling. So the C19 is the compact. So we always say under occupied by one, just for a bit of comfort. So the C19 would be great for two people, with a double bed over the cab at the front there. The C21 is the sort of natural progression of the C19, really. A little bit larger, but it also means that it can sleep up to 3 or 4 people with a dinette bed at the back. So that's a good option for people who maybe don't want to sort of climb over the front on the C19. The C25 is the most popular. It covers sort of more bases, really. Good for two people who are looking for a bit more space, who want a fixed bed at the back, or if you've got a young family with small children, or maybe 3 adults traveling, then the 25 is a great option. And then finally, the C30 is our largest vehicle. And this would be good if you've got 2 couples traveling, maybe, who want a bit of privacy. It's the only vehicle that has an actual bedroom at the back that can be closed off, and it has a separate toilet and shower. Or if you've got a family with teenagers who don't want to share beds, then the C30 can sleep up to 7. Obviously, it's our largest vehicle, but in Canada and the US, it's kind of generally classed as kind of medium size, really, a 30-foot vehicle. So just some of the optional extras then that you can add on. So the vehicle kit, so that's pots, pans, saucepans and things. We don't offer these as standard, only because we have a domestic market and they bring their own stuff. So we just keep it simple and you can just add these things on. From an international point of view, pretty much every booking will have these kits added on, but it is optional. So the vehicle kit, as I said, pots, pans, saucepans. The personal kits, I do bedding, so that's per person, towels, pillowcases, that kind of thing. Mileage, you can either have 100 k's or 500 kilometers or unlimited kilometers in Canada, depending on what the customer is doing. So do talk to your customer about what distances they're looking to travel, and that should help you with how many miles or kilometers to include. We have unlimited plus, which is a bit like all inclusive, so you can add on. So that's the miles, the kits, and the generator, the unlimited generator usage. But do bear in mind that only the C30 in Canada has the generator on board, that it's not on the other vehicles. Okay, so if customers are very keen to have a generator, then they'll need to take the C30. The early bird, so the EBDS we offer. So just to quickly explain, the standard pickup is a bit like a hotel hour. So it's 1 till 4 and then drop off by 11. You can take in the early bird departure, so it includes transfers, but it also includes the early pickup and late drop off until 3 o'clock. So that might work better with flights back to the UK as an optional extra. And as I said, it includes the transfers as well. So that can be an option. It's a fixed price. So the more people traveling, the better value that EBDS becomes. And the one ways I'll come to shortly. So they're always on request. Okay, so bear that in mind. I put on there Calgary to Vancouver is hugely popular as a one-way. Okay, so when you're talking to customers at the beginning, if they're looking about doing one ways, do talk to them about doing Vancouver to Calgary as an alternative. Okay, and you are ending up in the Rockies, so it's a great way to finish. So yeah, do think about that. About 80% of our one ways are going westbound, so it does put a big strain on that. So if you can go the other way, then you're more likely to get availability, and also the one-way fee is actually less going eastbound, so you could potentially save your customer a few $100s by going Vancouver to Calgary. And as I mentioned, there's no one ways between the two countries. So our program is based on our flexible pricing, flex rates, basically. And so the earlier that you book, the cheaper it is for the customer. So do think about that when you're talking to customers. Obviously, we're now on sale until the end of summer 25. So, of course, all the way through next year and most of the way through to the following year as well, if people really want to get ahead and make the bookings. Our pricing works on a weekly basis. So if it's going to change, it would be on a Saturday into Sunday. So if you're talking to customers on a Monday or Tuesday, you know that you've got a few days and that price isn't going to change. If you're talking to them on a Friday or Saturday, then obviously do let them know that if they don't book at that point, they might find when they come back after the weekend that potentially the rate has changed. and has increased. So it's a good call to action in some ways as well, to get the customer to book. We do offer advanced booking discounts and long-term booking discounts. So between the two, you can be up to 25% if you've got a long rental and book early. So do take advantage of that as well, those early booking discounts. The system will work all those out, so you don't have to remember them. But just so you know, if you book long and book early, then there's those great discounts available. We have a 24-hour helpline number. So just, it means FIT travel at the end of the day. So your customers are on their own when they leave the depot. But there's always somebody on the end of the phone if they ever need any help, 24 hours a day. And the number's in the vehicle, is on the contract, so they'll never be lost for it. And they can always call us if they have any questions. RVcheckin.com is our sort of customer-facing site, if you like. There's no booking, they can't find any rates or anything on there. So do send this to your customer once they've made a booking. It's got tons of great information, from videos about the vehicles, what to expect when they arrive at our depots, maps, the app that you can see there as well, itineraries, everything there. So really do remember to send them that link, and it could really help and save you time as well, because it could answer a lot of questions that they already have that they can watch on the videos and the information. So do remember to send them that link once they've made a booking. Just a few general questions then or a few general things on motorhome or RV rentals. It's a very affordable way to travel, especially if you've got a large group like you see on that image there with all those young people. It's your hotel and your transportation in one. The freedom and flexibility is unrivaled. You can travel when you want, where you want to go, change your plans as you're traveling. It's amazing to do that. I've been on a few trips of my own personal holidays with our vehicles, and we've never stuck to the same route that we sort of planned. So that's great. The practical benefits of being only you have to unpack once, once you've got the vehicle, there's loads of storage spaces, especially on the larger ones. Unpack, and then you don't see the suitcases again for the rest of the trip. It's lovely to cook your own meals when you're out there. So on a campground like that image, you can get the barbecue going, get the food out of the fridge and the freezer, put it on the barbecue, sit outside, have a drink with your friends and family. Amazing way to spend the evening. And of course, just being outside, is generally very good for you, health, mentally, physically as well. Just being outdoors is lovely. It's amazing. And the campgrounds are stunning across Canada. So yes, it's a lovely way to spend an evening just by the campfire, after you've done obviously all the stuff you plan to do that day. Campground overview then. I'm sorry if that image isn't quite working for you there, but there's thousands of campgrounds across North America, including Canada. KOA is a very popular brand. Harvest Hosts are a new thing that a new entity working with. They do vineyards and wineries and breweries and all that kind of stuff. So a great option for people looking for something different. And then there's campgrounds everywhere you can think of. There's a campground in Disneyland in Florida. There's a campground on the Strip in Vegas. There's one in Vancouver, Burnaby, Caribou, which I always talk about, is voted one of the best campgrounds in Canada. And you can walk to the SkyTrain and then get straight into downtown Vancouver. So amazing option if you're staying in that region. And then, of course, you talk about the actual campgrounds themselves in the national parks. So they're very, very popular as well. So do think about those. So you've got places like Jasper and Banff and Lake Louise. They are great options for camping and doing those kind of trips. Do book early for those as well. And we do suggest you book those in advance, because they will be sold out by the time they become available for the summer months. Usually you can book them about 6 months in advance, although do check. And plan ahead for those. We suggest getting the Discovery Cove, the Discovery Pass for the national parks, about $140. So do take advantage of that for your customers, because it can get them into the national parks if they visit multiple campgrounds. And so, that's a very, very good option. And then also, and then obviously boondocking is another option as well for you. Sorry, my presentation is going a little bit awry, but let me just bring it back.
Andy, I've shared it from my end because I think yours went a bit wrong. So just say next when you need the next slide.
Oh, okay. Next one, please, then, and we'll finish off. I can't see it, Charlie. So which one is it?
Can you see the screen?
No, I can't. So you just have to give me a shout which one it is, and I can talk about it.
Choose your own adventure. RV trip hire. Banff,
okay.
Jasper, Algonquin.
Oh, okay. So as I mentioned, the national parks then. So do please plan ahead and book those. So yeah, you can go on to the next one, Charlie. So the tour book then we have that you can see there with some Canadian itineraries. So do take advantage of that. The suggested itineraries are wonderful. What to see each day, not what to not miss, the miles and the distances between the locations. So do take advantage of that and send them to your customer. We've got loads of Canadian ones, loads of US ones, loads of ones that go to both countries. So do take advantage of the itineraries. They really do bring the trip to life for your customer. They can follow them as they are, or they can obviously make amendments. They're just suggestions ultimately. And the next slide then, which is Best of Canada's West. Again, just to highlight how they look when you see those slides with the map and the driving directions and the kilometers between each location. So they're a wonderful way to bring itineraries to life for your customers. And you can send them with a quote, you can send them the whole tour book, you can send them just the PDF as well. So yeah, that's it for us. And then the final slide is just the contact details for myself and Tracy. As Charlie mentioned, we're based in the UK. And so we are here to help you with anything you need in terms of product knowledge. You know, we can run webinars just for you guys as well. We do that individually or even one-on-one basis if that would help. Lots of options. So please do contact us if you have any questions as you start to sort of gain your knowledge about Cruise Canada and Cruise America. And if you're unsure about anything, how to make bookings or anything like that, we're always just available for you. I will send you a follow-up email that'll have my contact details, including my telephone number, on there as well. So you're welcome to obviously give me a call or send me an email, and I'll come back to you and help you as best I can. So yes, apologies at the very end. It's sort of the presentation went a little bit awry, but we got there in the end. So thank you for your patience. And yes, if there's any questions, then I'm happy to answer them right now. Yeah.